you're waiting for some surveyors from Nairobi to come down and verify the grounds. Simply, they don't want it.
The answer is already out.
Yeah, they don't want it.
You want to be politically straight, but you can.
I will help the governor, because the national government has a way of leaning on his office, but they don't have the same leverage with me. You can just say this is something that is being forced down the throats of counties. You are not being consulted. If I remember correctly, Honorable Chair, there was a more serious project that drowned in the lake for the fish factory.
Baringo.
No, it was Turkana.
Marsabit.
Oh, it was not Turkana.
No, it was, but it was the same. It was Lake Turkana.
It's the Lake Turkana that is confusing me. It consumed a project in Marsabit. But that just goes to show you, Honorable Chair, that when the Constitution speaks about the relationship of these two levels of government, it is clearly not working. That people can sit in Nairobi and decide that what is required in Turkana is this, and yet the people of Turkana themselves are saying, we have other priorities. And it is for us as a Senate to defend the counties and tell the national government, back off. In fact, even in my rural home, Honorable Chair, they started that thing and it has stalled. You can go there for benchmarking on stalled projects.
And Chair, much as it is a national government project done in collaboration with counties, it must be a need for the people. And I think there must be public participation, because we are using public funds. In my place, there is a 100 million market that is being built. I don't know to sell what, because there is nothing there. And even roads leading to the market are not even there. So the priority would be make the roads fast, passable,
In other words, you are saying you don't see any viability of having this project to account. Can you go on record?
Governor.
Okay, as a county, we've already offered offered land. So now that the land has been surveyed and it's available, we have the 100 million. We want to budget 150 million. We are waiting for what you people have directed to the honorable members have directed to actually come. Then we go ahead and implement the project. But the connections between the ministry, because we need to sign some documentation which we've not signed, they are coming. We are still waiting for them to come so that we sign the MOUs. Lastly, I think in terms of what Honorable Sifuna is referring to, as Turkana County, sometimes your account in a very arid area. Priorities on food security can be really very important. If that money, 100 million or 250 million, was really meant for doing some irrigation schemes like the one I've done, some team from the Senate visited and they admired at Kangalita, Katilu, Nakwamoru, areas of Morulem. I think would have already have implemented that project. This is a long-term project. It would take our money.
So, Chair, then why would you want to sink 250 million shillings on a project that you clearly don't need?
Yeah. What are you going to aggregate in the first place in Turkana? I think I want to...
Why not tell the national government that you're not interested? I mean, what would happen? The national government cannot force you to undertake.
You are the president of Turkana. Yeah. What is this that you people fear from the national government?
Why are you living in fear?
You can just say, for me, I don't have that 250 to match. I'm going to put it in irrigation. You are a president also.
Chair, you need to protect your client from intimidation and blackmail. Let me say the following. Chair, in the follow-up on Turkana County aggregation, they have signed an MOU and in fact says, we wish to follow up on the signing of the memorandum of understanding between the State Department and the county government of Turkana as discussed during our meeting. Chair, so there is already an MOU in place that the national government and the county government of Turkana are set in place. So the question is, in fact, when you look at the letter that was written to the PS Mugwana, State Department for Industrialization, I have seen in your governor, so that you are not misunderstood, you have even indicated in your letter that we will be instrumental in promoting value addition, industrial growth and job creation in Turkana. And there is value addition. You are along the leg. You do fishing, I believe, Governor. There is fishing in Turkana, Lake Turkana. There is livestock. You need to process the meat for export. So, Chair, in short, when he says industrial growth and these aggregation plans, the question should be, the national government has given 250 million. They are going to give another 250 million. So I think the question of Senator Kata is relevant. What are you going to aggregate for us who know the things you do? For where I come from, we have maize, we have tea. So if we get industries and what have you, it will be easy. And I remember even in your formation, during the campaign, they say every county must have an industry. That was the manifesto of Azimio. So, Chair, let us allow that, now that we are engaged broadly, allow these things to be implemented within the broad
Honorable members,
engagement.
You had asked me to manage time, but we are now going into debate.
Yes.
This is an audit issue. You have 100 million sitting idle in an account. Those other policy things can be discussed later. You've got 100 million sitting idly, and you're going to add another 150 million sitting idly. As we speak, it is a month of September. Have you paid staff salaries for the month of August? Governor?
Not yet.
But you have 100 million sitting idly in an account, and salaries have not been paid. When is the last month you paid salaries?
It was in June.
So you have not paid July salaries, August salaries. Most likely you're going to take a bank overdraft to pay salaries. But 100 million is sitting somewhere.
But Chair, you have seen the pay slips. The people who work in Turkana are not expecting any salary. They are earning zero.
Yeah, but I mean, Governor, you get the point. That is a concern. Whether you want the park or not, it cannot be that you've got 100 million sitting idly in an account, not earning interest, reducing because of bank fees, and your staff are unpaid. We were in mediation, I think, with the two senators here on DORA. Was it DORA or KARA? Where we had proposed that we do not approve the disbursement of the 250 million to counties that had not started. But I think eventually we agreed to support all counties. I think the final instrument, because the national government was treating this as a flagship project, despite all these concerns. Those things you can discuss at COG, but there is no way we can be fighting for money to come to Turkana, for it to sit idle in an account, and employees are not being paid. So how do you manage that, Governor? Because that is a reality that.
But yeah, there is a very delicate balance, in my view, because this is still public money. We can insist that this thing be built, but if the people there are telling you that it is not going to be viable, at the end of the day, you are going to end up with these holes. And by the way, we cannot allow misinformation in this committee. The industry that Azimio was talking about is industry that takes advantage or adds value.
Members, you have gone back to the debate.
Just a minute, Chair. Just 1 minute.
We'll not be able to manage time because I know Chirargei will want to reply.
Oh, he can't reply. He's not an authority on Azimio. We were the ones who drafted
but
the thing. Let us educate.
We are nowadays authority, Mr. Sifuna.
The industry was.
Maybe his authority in Kenya.
Okay, order members.
So maybe on Kenya,
the only authority in Azimio is here.
Through Mushomba, he
Don't
can be
allow that
authority
come
on
back
that.
about it.
But on this one,
Is
Can I just
Members, we agreed we are concluding by 2, but the rate at which we are going will be here up to 5.
The point that I was making is this. You cannot, I have seen those aggregation parks. They are not the industries that we were talking about. We were talking about industry that exploits the natural resources there. If there is a material for, say, clinker plants, you go there in Kitui and put up a clinker industry, not a hole. Because I've seen those things, they're just holes. They're just warehouses for aggregation. So, Cherargei, please, don't misinform us here.
Order members.
Misinforming, I'm talking from authority.
Let us
Yes.
let us not go into party manifestos.
Yes,
Let
please.
us go to regulation 83. Regulation 83(1)(2) BC of the PFM Act, which defines sound cash management as ensuring payments are made when due. You know, that's a violation. All this is drama. But let's go back to the regulation. The regulation requires sound cash management practices, which means that payments or transfers are made when they are due. That's an unconformance. And that's why we had recommended that you put in place proper cash management practices. It cannot be proper to fix money or to put money in a special purpose account for 2 years plus when there are other priorities that are competing, including things like payment of staff salaries. So, Governor, whether you're going to do this thing or not, go back to what sound cash management systems and practices require. And that then should compel you to release those resources to the more pressing or immediate concerns to the people of Turkana. And then you make that provision when the sites have been inspected, when the MOUs have been signed, and when you are ready to start executing. Auditor General, wasn't that the non-conformance?
That's right, Chair. That's the non-conformance on sound cash management.
So, Governor, whether you're going to implement it or not, but the key thing is proper cash management.
And also to encourage the governor that if you don't need this project, it's not a must that you implement it if it is not your priority. You can do other things for the people of Turkana. Yes.
Now, you need to give us a commitment just to conclude that particular matter. I've told you what the law requires. The politicians have told you what the politics says. What are you as CEO committing to do?
Okay, I think now that even the other money from the national government has not really hit our account, so it means the idle money can still be channeled to other most pressing county issues as we wait to really undergo the signing of MOUs. Of course, we've not signed any so far. We will get into other things of channeling money at the right time.
So that is the directive of the committee.
Yeah.
That for proper cash management, money cannot sit idly.
Just is in conclusion.
Yeah.
Chair, because Senator Sifuna had said something about misleading, there was misinformation in this committee. In this letter that has been provided, it says in this, we wish to follow up on the signing of MOU. And you are saying you have not signed the MOU. So what did you mean?
I think the CC is here. We've not signed any MOU.
So this letter is misleading.
I think
the honorable members, let's concern ourselves with what the PFM regulations say. Our concern is from a cash management perspective. Yes. Those letters are political correspondences.
Chair, then they should be struck out because they are political. And number two, Chair, maybe in conclusion, you have said it's an audit query. I thought the basis of putting special purpose account 100 million was coming from somewhere. It meant there was an engagement before putting that 100 million to the special purpose account. Or the governor can tell us what was the strength of opening special purpose account to put